Well, delivered the cereal to Walmart in Cheyenne on Wednesday. Day of maintenance on Thursday. Back on the road today, and another level 3 inspection on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, today is Saturday the 29th of July, almost over with July. How about that? Cruising along I-90, just came into Minnesota, and don't know how much farther I'm going to go. Could either stop in Worthington or go to that K-Wick trip in Wyndham I like to go to a lot. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But, got another level 3 inspection. Another one. That's 3 in basically the last 4 weeks. You know, we need the inspections, helps us out so that everyone knows we're legit. We're almost to 6 months now, those of you following along and scoring at home, for L on Wheels, me and Elliot. And, oh, I do want to mention, somebody did ask, how's Elliot doing ever since his big breakdown? I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video. He had that big clutch issue and he was down for like, 5 days. He's been doing pretty good. He's just having to deal with little crap here and there like I always am. Like a trailer tire here and there or blah, blah, blah. So I just had to spend more money than I made this past week on repairs for this past week. We'll talk about that coming up. But yeah, I only made it to Hot Springs, South Dakota last night. I was tired and we haven't been sleeping well lately. So anyway, stayed there all night long and I was trying to sleep. Got up and I watched a movie and had something to eat and then I went back to bed and then huge thunderstorms come through. Yeah, 2 of them. The first one had hail and rain and blood and animals. Alright, no, not the blood and animals, but it was pretty crazy. Of course, Rusty does not like that when it's hailing on the roof, especially when we're upstairs up there in the bed. He likes to then sit on my head, so a little difficult to sleep with a dog on your head. Then I thought that passed, I tried to get back to sleep, and oh, another one comes through. Really? Anyway, so I got going this morning, and the way station that's just on the south edge of Rapid City on the truck route that I've been by many times doing this same load from Glen Rock, Wyoming over to Rothschild, Wisconsin. Always been closed, and it was open this morning. What's really weird is they have the little thing that you roll over, it's in the ground, and they have the signs on the side of the road 2.5 miles before the way station, whether or not you have to go in, and it said truck must enter way station. I'm like, all right. So I get up there, I'm on the phone with Elliot at the time. I see there's a Amazon Prime trailer in there being towed by somebody. I'm like, well, that doesn't look good. They're doing inspections today, obviously. And, yep, got pulled in, and I'm not even pulled up onto the scale yet. The guy is coming out the door, and, how you doing? I'm like, well, I'm doing fine. We're going to do an inspection today. I'm like, okay, I just had one in South Dakota, literally within the last 3 weeks, and one in Wyoming within the last 2 weeks. He says, well, do you have the proof of that? I'm like, well, of course, I just ran into Elliot the other day, and I gave him all the hard copies. So I said, go ahead and do it, that's fine. Just helps us out. But kind of crazy. Alright, here I am coming across the way in motion right there in the cameras. And then a little bit further up, and we'll see the sign that tells you whether you need to exit or not if the way station's open. If they're closed, you don't see anything. The sign's dark, but here it comes. Truck must enter way station. Alrighty. So we keep moving along, and yeah, we're going to have to go in, baby. It's off of the highway, off the exit. You come around, and just as I'm coming around, lining up for the scale, look over here. You see the guy? He's already coming out of the building, so I know, yeah, we're getting an inspection, baby. How you doing?
What are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good. We're going to do an inspection today.
Okay. what are we doing?
Logbook, something you can bring inside, or is your hotspot truck?
No, it's on a separate phone. I can bring it in.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay. What are we doing? Level 3?
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull to the side or somewhere, or what?
Pull up. He's taking off to leave.
Okay.
Because he's going to be out of service for a long time.
Okay.
So she's escorting him to the truck stop.
Doesn't surprise me. The guys that they hire to haul those prime trailers, man. I've been doing this 13 years.
Don't care at all.
No, it's just.
It's usually
just sad.
the prime trailer, and we can, basically.
I was just talking to my buddy who owns the authority. It's just two of us, and I said, "Oh, there's a prime trailer in there." I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting knocked out of service. So. Yeah, those guys, they just skate by. I tell you.
You can just pull up behind him or up to that cone if he does leave. There's a cone up on the left side of it.
Okay.
That way, we're not really doing the pull through, but it's a weekend, so not many people use it anyway.
Right.
But he should be leaving here in a second.
Okay, yeah, I'll just park right where he is then. Where is she going to escort him out of here, or what's happening?
Yeah.
All right, so the guy hauling the prime trailer for Amazon, yeah, he's getting escorted out by DOT. She's taking him to the truck stop. I'm pulling up, and I'm going to go in for my inspection. But all went well. Passed it again with flying colors, no problem. He checked everything, checked all my logs, checked everything in the permit book, everything's up to snuff. So we're good. So yeah, here's some proof. No violations were discovered. Yay! All right, so I delivered my load to the Walmart distribution center in Cheyenne Wednesday night. And then Thursday was maintenance day. My God, I checked in at 9:45 in the morning with the truck. I needed an oil change, I needed the AC system recharged. They didn't start working on it until after 6 p.m. My wife and I, the lovely Mary, spent most of the day. We had tried to fix a couple of leaks on the trailer the week before, and then it started raining and we didn't get it finished. So I wanted to go back and recheck everything and redo it and finish it all. So we spent a few hours there fixing leaks on the trailer, inside, making sure everything's good. I put on new weather stripping around my rear doors because water tends to get in there when it's a really torrential rain, up over the top of the doors and up under the bottom. So I was trying to stop all that. So then, of course, they finally start working on the truck and tell me, oh, you got a leaking airbag on the truck. Okay, it says the left front drive axle. So I was out running errands at the time. I ran over to Floyd's Freightliner where I have an account so I can get parts a little cheaper. Bought one, $215, brought it over to them, throw it up on the counter, and they said, oh, the mechanic comes out and goes, oh, so yeah, you got the second one too? Because there's two of them that are leaking. Really? Information I could have used a little while ago. So I had to run back and get a second one. I've never replaced the airbags in this truck. 968,000 miles right now. That's amazing. So yeah, it made sense that they're cracking and breaking. They said the two others are going to need to be replaced soon. So I got the left front drive axle, the right rear drive axle, brand new, but I'm going to have to do the other two. So for the oil change, charging the AC, and what really just chaps my butt, they charged me, I think it was $159, $169, I can't remember which, per airbag to put them on. They charged 1 hour of labor, essentially, to do each airbag. Took them 30 minutes to do both. Why, I oughta. That just drives me nuts. Essentially, in my opinion, you still owe me an hour and a half worth of labor. All shops do that. It drives me nuts. Well, we just do a flat charge, and this is what it shows it takes. Well, no, it doesn't, obviously, because you did it much quicker. So when I have to replace the next two, I'm probably going to do it myself. Like say, okay, so oil change, charging the AC, doing both airbags, $900 at Sap Brothers. That does not include what I paid Floyd's for the two airbags, $430. I bought 2 more gallons of coolant for another $20, so $450. I made $1,750 last week. With those two, that's $1,450. And let's not forget about 9, 10, 11, 12, $1,350. I spent $713 on Monday getting the water pump on the APU replaced. I spent $2,150. I made $1,750.
Are you really using that?
Yeah, do the math. I drove all week for free and had to pay $400 for the privilege of doing it. It's where, times like that makes me want to just park the damn thing. I'm hoping to finally catch up at some point. I know I've got to do those other 2 airbags. I'm going to try to do them myself if I can, or find somebody else who will throw them on cheaper. Because they shouldn't charge an hour of labor for something that takes 15 minutes at most. It's not a hard job, it's just a little hard to get to the bolt on the bottom of the airbags. And for those of you who don't know, we call them airbags. They're called technically air spring suspension units. But when you're carrying large amounts of weight, air works better than just a spring. And that's where you also hear the air ride suspension and that sort of thing. We do not have, at least on this truck, airbags on the front axle, just on the drives. And I've got them on the trailer too. So, there's a rundown of the week. So a little frustrated with all that. That's why I didn't throw up a video last night or anything. But anyway, so there's the update on that. More maintenance. I'm hoping to be caught up at some point. And please, don't keep putting in there, well, you just need to park that thing and have somebody run through it and do everything and get it all fixed up. Great. I don't have 15 grand to do that right now. And working for somebody else right now, I'm not going to make any better money. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make less. I live in a bad place to be a truck driver in Cheyenne. There's not a lot of high-paying jobs. Believe me, I've looked into that. So please don't put that in the comments. But, that's trucking, unfortunately, and what are you going to do? All right, so let's say I'm not going to drive too much further, either another 24 miles or maybe another 20, 30 after that to Wyndham. We'll see. I may stop at this Casey's up here in Worthington, see what that looks like tonight. If there's grass for Rusty and a place to park, I think we may just be doing that, baby. Alright, we're taking exit 43 here in Minnesota, Worthington, Minnesota. Never stopped at this, well, okay, I don't think I've ever stopped at this Casey's before. We'll see what it looks like. It's supposed to have, according to Trucker Path, 15 spots available. Of course, who knows if they're all filled up now. 7:27 here
ahead
on Saturday night. SATURDAY night. Can you name that song? Alright, let's see here. Head on over, see what we can find, baby. Yeah, I could go further, but
take exit 45 on the right to Minnesota 60, then keep left.
Thank you, Garmin. I think that only leaves about
on I-90 West.
5.5 hours tomorrow. I've driven almost 7 today, so not a terribly long day, but not too short either. Alright, well, looks like there's some spots. I even see some grass. This might be a good place to stop. Alright, well, let's pull on in and see what we can see, baby. You can see that sun's going down. It's a little bright here. Alright. No, I can honestly say I've never been here before. How about that? That doesn't happen very often to me. Since I've been driving for 13 years, it's like the old song, I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere. Alright. It's like the way they're backed up, I'll be aiming the sun now, but that'll be good for the morning. If I want to sleep in, it'll be behind me. And it looks like I can park right over there, on the side of that bull hauler, next to that hopper truck, and be right near the grass for Rusty. So I think this will be a good spot. All right. Yeah, we'll just park it right there, baby. Nice and easy to get into also. It's like somebody's reloading or unloading their truck. Alright, back her up. Leave a fair amount of space between me and the other guy. Be cordial. He knows Dan, so he's going to have to back out of that. So I'm going to want to leave him a little bit of room so he doesn't hit me on his way out. He may be parked for the weekend. Popper trucks tend to be a little more local. Alright. Nice flat spot. Like that. Alright. And there we go. Okay, so here we are parked at the Casey's in Worthington, Minnesota. Apparently the home of Smith Transportation. They have usually the black trailers with the big SMRTH Smith on the side of them. I've been running across a lot of those trucks lately. Apparently they do a lot of stuff that goes into Wyoming, or at least that direction, because I keep passing them when I'm on that Highway 18 in South Dakota and up through Rapid City and then along on I-90. So, well, they're right here on I-90 in Minnesota, so that would kind of make sense. Their loads are going to be going back and forth along there. What do you think? All right, so, yeah, when I was talking about those thunderstorms earlier, let me show you this. Take a look at this, the radar pic. Hello! Yeah, I was right in the middle of that red. That's when all the hail was happening. And then, of course, later on, another storm came through. So, gotta love it, baby. All right, so we're on our way to Rothschild, Wisconsin again. Here, I can show you the whole map. All right, of course, started out in Cheyenne Thursday night. I drove up to Douglas right there, and then I went over to Glen Rock to pick up the Lignite. Then we go back through Douglas to Orange Junction, across to Lusk, and yes, I did get way to the way station there, and then across that Highway 18, and right over there into Hot Springs is where I stayed last night. Up through Rapid City, there's where I had my inspection today, and then what is that right there? Oh, that's where I was going to stop. I think that's Vivian, South Dakota, to try to get this great Dakota Tom's sub, and they didn't have any. So I had to get them at that place right there across the river. But you can see the little triangle. Here's where I am, right there in Worthington, Minnesota. We go up Highway 60 from right here up to then 169. And we go across 94 right over there. And then tomorrow night I'm going to stay at that Quick Trip in Abbotsford, and we deliver in Rothschild. And then I'm going to go back over here to Hudson Monday after I deliver to try to finally get the TA service to redo that whole water pump that they screwed up down in Joplin, Missouri. What do you think? Yeah, so it's been a rough week. $1,750 is what I took home, and I know I've said before what these loads pay. The cereal load pays $2,200. The Lignite loads pays $1,800. Total of $4,000. Well, how are you only making $1,750, Clutch? Well, got to take out the fuel, baby. That's my biggest expense. And also taxes, insurance, permits, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of that comes out every week. So that's how I landed at $1,750. And then, of course, had to spend $2,150. That's what put me $400 in the hole. Well, let's hope now I can make it at least another couple of weeks or more without any repairs and stack that back up. And next time I have to do the two airbags, because I know I got to replace those other two, I'm going to find a way to try to do it myself or pay somebody else who will do it cheaper than $160 an hour for each one. That is just robbery. Anyway. And believe it or not, no idiots and ass wagons to show you. I know, it's amazing. But, I was just going across I-90 in South Dakota today. Nothing exciting. But as I get closer to Minneapolis, St. Paul tomorrow, probably some ass hats are going to pull that U-turn maneuver in front of me again from that candy store. Also, the 494 across the bottom part of Minneapolis, they're doing construction there. It's always backed up. I'm sure we'll catch some. What do you think? Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, he knows they're coming. I pulled out the light and the microphone, then I was talking to my wife, and he just kept getting up on my leg going, are we having those trips yet, buddy, or not? So, yes, they are coming, all right? Calm down. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. I get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. And make sure you do like and comment. That does help me out on the whole algorithm thing, blah, blah, blah with YouTube. Ring that bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Well, why don't we do that song for the karaoke, that, that Pina Colada song, Do you like Pina Coladas? No, wait. Do you know what that song's even about? It's about Pina Coladas, right? No, it's about a guy who's upset, not happy in his marriage, and so he puts in his personal ad in the paper saying, do you like Pina Coladas? Making love in the rain, blah, blah, blah. And so he's basically going to cheat on her, and yet he goes to the place, and the woman who answers the ad turns out to be his wife, so she was willing to cheat too. It's a song about cheating. Oh, well, I just thought it was a song about Pina Coladas. All right, Rusty, are you ready? It's down here. Come on. Start down here, and there it goes. Behind you. All right, buddy. Oh, yes. He was so confused earlier today because I had to pull the bags down, or the begging strips up there, because my permit book is up there behind those. So he was like, well, what? I don't get any strips? What's going on there, buddy? You're cheating me out. Yeah, I'm going to have to call somebody and complain. So he pulled the bags down, and I didn't get a strip. What the heck's going on with that there, Mr. Man? All right, y'all done with that one? You ready for your next one? Oh, there it goes. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, what a happy dog. Happy, happy dog. Happy, happy dog. Yes, you're loving those banging strips, aren't you, Rusty? All right, you're all over him tonight. Yeah, he saw the camera and the microphone came out, and he waited to eat his dinner because he knew the strips were coming. Right, Rusty? Hey, let's get one more look. Rusty! Come on, buddy. Up here.